We ready?
We're ready to do.
Good evening and welcome to let's try February 26th, 2026 planning board meeting. First, let's rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is Jonathan Dowse, continuation on 92 Helen Dearborn Road.
Point Ray.
Oh, yep. Jeez. And I appoint Ray a voting. Can I appoint Ray a voting member? Yeah, for Ray Menard. Appoint Ray LeMay a voting member.
Ready?
Ready, sir.
Great. Gentlemen, thank you. So we met last month, and then thank you all for coming out earlier this month, taking a look at the property. As I had taken note, there were 7 items that I believe you had raised with the first request for the site plan review. I'm not sure how you want to go through these. I organized them here. You want me to go through them one at a time? Have you already
Please.
looked at them?
Please, I have, but for the,
Great, so the first one
we have a
was-
lot of, big audience waiting to hear what you have to say.
Yep, okay. First one was around the accessory use and whether or not the proposal, meets the definition of accessory use that's provided in the town code.
And yes, I spoke to her, I got an email from the town attorney saying, yes, it does.
Great, okay, so that one was
Under
set.
agritourism and accessory use, yes.
Yep, okay. Second one around parking, good question, was the parking and the venue on separate lots. If you were approving that and the ownership changed, it would end up, the venue property would have no parking. So did you get the plan? I have copies of the plan.
You added note 7, I have a copy.
Yep, note 7 makes the note.
If you have another copy, Chuck might need one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you want the giant one, I have it.
No, I don't want the giant one. Hey, we're all set, we'll share this.
He's
You
got,
want these?
We'll share this.
look at it this way, I need magnifying glasses nowadays to read those things.
What is that mic on? Is there a green light?
Excuse me?
Is there a green light?
There's not.
There is now.
Do you want these, or?
So we added note 7 on the plans done by Aries Engineering, stating that the approval is conditioned on and subject to ongoing common ownership. Does that language cover it in your points of view?
Looks good to me.
Okay. Third question was around the setback, the 50-foot setback from the road, and whether or not the tent was a temporary structure or not, and the town code doesn't, provide any difference between a temporary structure and a permanent structure. So we modified it to push the tent back closer to the barn, and it's outside of the setback. Rarely even then, that's a 40 by 60. I don't think I would get a tent that big. I think 30 by 40 is about the max, so there's extra room.
I have a question on that.
Yes,
It appears that the tent's butted right up against the barn,
it's close to it. Yep. And
and the doors swing out into the barn.
no, they roll.
Oh, what's that little thingy on the barn,
Hmm?
on the map?
Can I look?
I gave you all my maps.
What's this?
It's the ramp.
That's just the ramp.
Oh,
That comes
okay,
down. And so
okay.
it's kind of nice to have the tent up if it's raining, sorry.
Yeah,
If it's raining, it's nice to have it up close so that anyone coming in and out isn't going to get wet. So yeah, that's just a ramp. It's about 18 inches high at the barn and goes down to ground level.
I remember that now.
Yep. The parking, second question on the parking, it was on 2 different lots, and with it being on one of the lots, partially on one of the lots, it would change who the abutter list was, and so I moved that on the plan, so it's contained just within that single lot, 411, 317, 1. Okay. 2 items about talking with other departments. First off, Public Works, some concern about the usage on the road and kind of beating up the road. And you can see, I won't read it, but Director Fisk really didn't have a problem with it. If it had been that I was going to use it and have the traffic in the spring, that would be a different question, but I won't be having events out there till June, and they would wrap up in November. So as you can see in his note, he'd be happy to handle dust control. If I want it more often than they can get to it, he'd be happy if I want to put calcium chloride down myself. He didn't think raking would be necessary. Second one, with Police Chief Moore, just basically asked him about a detail and whether he thought it was necessary. You can see his note there. He was pretty emphatic that he didn't think that would be the issue. And the last one, the fire department was out. They set the building capacity at 80, and that I provide signage inside the barn for that. I would have additional capacity outside the barn. That's just at any one time inside the building. And also asked that they provide some more room for a turnaround, and I've got J&J under contract. As soon as they can get out, the snow melts, we'll expand that area, make it a little prettier.
Which area is that then?
That's right, the turnaround, so the Helen Dearborn, the town
Okay.
road kind of ends, and there's a turnaround, it's on my land.
Right.
Yeah, but it's, they want space there, because it's gonna be the mobile bathroom facility will be there, and they
Right.
wanted it pushed back, and there's a dirt pile and some trees.
Those trees along
Yeah,
there.
those are all coming down. It looks kind of ugly, too. I've been meaning to do it for years. So it'll make it look better, which is kind of important in that business. So that, I think, tries to address all of the concerns that were raised. Questions or feedback?
Any questions, comments, concerns? Well, I got a couple, so I'll start out.
Yep.
Mr. Fisk mentions that if you're having an event and you need dust control, to give him a call and he'll take care of it.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like the idea of the town spending money for your wedding venue. Nothing personal, you understand?
I completely understand. Yep. I think his point of view on that is when they have a liquid calcium chloride capability that they do, and it lasts for a month or 5 weeks. So he didn't feel it would be an increased duty, but if I wanted more, that would be up to me, and he's fine with me doing it. So I don't think he's saying he's going to give me special treatment. I'm not asking for it, I don't want it.
If you read that in context with the second statement, as for calcium chloride, I like to try and get every road at least once a year. Sometimes it's once every 2 years.
Yep.
So if your road hasn't been done, and you know it hasn't been done, you can call him and say, hey, my road
Right.
hasn't been done, I've got,
Yeah, I don't want a special schedule, really. I've got a spreader, I'm happy to do it, so. That was my original position coming in. If it needed it, I was happy to do it, and I think you were concerned about, was he okay with me doing that work on the road, and he is.
Did you go to the selectmen on that?
I did not, no. With his answer, I didn't feel like it was really,
I think you need to go to the selectmen to get that, because the selectmen, well, anybody else building a subdivision, that kind of thing, you need selectmen approval to work on the town road for entrance purposes.
right, but this is not, I
you're working
don't want to be argumentative. I'm not going to change the entrance, or,
Oh, I
this
know,
is,
but I'm thinking of, if you're out there spreading calcium chloride and you roll over and get hurt, could you sue the town because you're working on town property? Probably could, would you? I don't think so, but.
no, seems like that would be
somebody
a
could-
natural
somebody could
consequence.
Drive down the road and hit you. Is that,
so is Mr. Fisk speaking out of turn with the last statement?
I don't know.
You don't have availability and you would like to rake the road, by all means, go for it.
I wrote down a big red question mark right after that, because I don't know.
I really have no intention of raking the road.
The other thing is
I
that
don't
if
think
you-
it needs it. It's a really good road. The only time it ever needs anything is in the
He does a
spring.
poor job, who suffers?
Me?
Yeah, he does a poor job, who suffers?
The town has to fix it.
True, but he's the one who's suffering,
Yeah.
so he's not gonna do a poor job.
I'm mostly worried about insurance purposes, liability purposes. I don't think John Hood's gonna go out there and do a poor job of it.
Yeah. So if I go to the, let's say, yes, I go to the selectmen, what am I asking them? I'm unsure what I would be asking
Work
them.
on the road.
I don't want permission to work. Well, I would like permission to put calcium chloride down, nothing else.
Maybe grade it.
No, I didn't, I'm not saying that. I really have no intention of grading.
And you're putting permission to put calcium chloride.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I've never brought up grading. That was a question I think that you all raised.
Well, no, I don't think we did, but he does.
Yeah,
Jason
okay,
does,
you
yeah,
know.
yep.
Because I think in our discussion with you, calcium chloride was the only thing that was talked about to
I
keep the
thought
dust
you
down.
mentioned you had your York rake, you'd rake the road and you had occasion.
I've raked my turnaround on occasion, but, yeah. The only time I ever did that was when it washed out in 2005 or whenever it was. We couldn't get out.
Well, when I had my pit in Hillsborough, it was on a dirt road, kind of a crappy dirt road. And the town just made me post a bond, so if I wanted to take care of something, I could. And I was covered insurance-wise and
Yeah.
bond-wise with the town. That's all it took, didn't
Yeah.
cost much. And it took all of the questions away.
Right. So, I'll do what I have to do, but I have no intention of raking the road, so I'm not sure what I'd be posting a bond for.
Right.
There's no requirement for me to rake the road. I don't intend to rake the road, so I'm confused about what I'm,
So we could make it a condition that you get Board of Selectmen approval to apply calcium chloride.
sure. Yep, that works. That's easy enough. I don't know, it's easy enough. It's easy to go ask.
If required.
Yep, okay.
That way it gets,
So, a question on that. I'm good to go if I don't need to apply calcium chloride. If I end up needing to, I'd need to get,
I would assume if any neighbors complained, you would do it.
I would do it, yeah. So I'd need, yeah, I would. But I'd need permission in order to. Okay,
I think so.
yep.
So do you know from the past, when the town put it down, what was the longevity of its application?
Well, it's interesting. I have never seen the town put it down. I didn't know they had the capability, but now Jason did say it's new, that
Okay.
is something they're doing new, so I just might not have noticed it this past summer, but in the 25 years I've been there, I haven't seen it. I think it is a new, capability
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
have, so. And it, you know, and
Does that road get real dusty?
it gets dusty. If it hasn't rained in a month, yeah, it gets dusty.
It's very dusty.
Yeah.
That's George.
Yeah.
Yes, yep. Most of the time, no.
Plus, it's pretty much in the sun for most of it, right?
It's really worst up at my house at the top there, because the sun beats on it, yeah. So, yep, okay. I will,
What are your months of operation?
I would think mostly June through November, really June through October, and there might be an outlier of a May every now and then, and a November every now and then,
May through November?
yeah.
Could you add that to the plan?
I think it's in the it's in my formal application form.
Could you add it to the plan anyway?
I'm gonna go back to the engineer again when it's in the application.
I'm gonna ask for this note on the plan also, so. Just 3 little notes and look at that.
It's like $300 each, but yep.
I used to do that for a living.
It's in the application, really. I don't want to be argumentative, but I think that's a formal part of the application is the application. I'll just do it. It just says seasonal, so it doesn't give the months, so, yep, I'll add it to the plan. So that's a note 8 to add that to the plan, because that's new. Add
That depends on what order you're putting it. 'Cause the other one is going to the select board for calcium chloride.
Right, so the months of operation
Right.
is a new item.
Which is what? May to June, May to November.
Excuse me?
May to November.
Yep. So a question on the Board of Selectmen. Do I need that just as a condition of any operation? Like, if I don't need to do the calcium chloride, do I need to go to them anyway, or do I need to go to them if I'm going to do the calcium chloride?
I would go to them, I would go to them now to see if you, to get approval. If you, because if you need it, you're not gonna know until the last minute if you need it or not. It might take, you may not be able to get through it, you know what I mean? The
Right.
timing of getting to the meeting to get permission
Right.
may not work for your event.
The logistics implication is I can't actually start booking anything for May and June until I get through the Board of Selectmen, and I'm not gonna need calcium chloride till August or September, so it just, you're just pushing me off another month, but it's okay.
It's February. How am I pushing you out another month?
The website needs to be up now, but I can't until I'm approved. It's ready to press the button. I can't do it till we're done here.
I was gonna have that note on the plan.
Yep,
You would have planning board approval.
yep,
Can't you hit the button with planning board approval?
yes. Okay, as long as you get the plan.
It's just a clarification, so that if you do
Yeah.
put calcium chloride, you're approved to operate.
Right.
But you
Got
gotta
it.
go get that approval
Yep.
from,
That works.
so if you anticipate it come August, it looks like it's gonna be a drought, and it hasn't been treated by the town,
Yep,
which, have you ever seen them put it down?
Not in the summer, never,
No.
but we don't watch every single day, so.
Oh, okay.
We don't work at times.
yeah. You'll want calcium chloride down, I would imagine. You would, yeah, because you don't want dust. I would
don't
think.
want all that salt is what I don't want.
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, I've talked to the horse farm about that.
The salt's kind of brutal, yeah. That's a lot of it. I'd rather just sand it.
We got bigger concerns.
Okay.
I don't know if we're too late to express our concerns. We only found out about this last Friday.
Hang on, hang on, you'll get a chance. Hang on.
Yep,
We'll get to you.
Yep.
Okay, I thought this was a non deal.
Not yet,
Not yet?
not yet.
Thank you.
My last comment is, can you add a note saying a turnaround suitable to fire department requirements will be constructed somewhere?
yes.
That's my 3 comments.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions or concerns?
Did, I think we had a question about whether using the field as a parking lot was within the limits of your conservation easement?
Current use.
Current use.
You have to take it out of current use for the parking?
I didn't know that was a question, I'm sorry. Did I miss that?
Might have been mentioned after the site walk or at the site walk or something.
Yeah.
It's just a concern for you, not for
Yep,
us.
I'll run that down. Is that
Assessing?
the tax assessor? Yeah,
Mary Ann.
yep.
Your mobile bathroom is gonna have a handicap accessible?
Yep.
Questions, concerns? Now, we open it, anybody from the public like to speak? Come on up to the podium, state your name and address, please.
Sure.
Here. It's all yours.
Hi. I'm Liz Kennett. I'm here with my husband Jim. We live at 158 Helen Dearborn Road, and I'll just let Jim address the issue of the calcium chloride. One of the things that I was wondering is on a road with the traffic that we normally have, there can be deep ruts in the road, particularly at the end of the road where there's almost like potholes. And I'm wondering, if we're going to have increased traffic in the road, who is going to be responsible for fixing that? We drive down the road near our house, and we're the second house in on the left. And I mean, you've got to go down the road at about 5 miles an hour to avoid the ruts in the road. And will the town be responsible for fixing those ruts in the road on a regular basis? Because considering there may be, a wedding up there every week or every other week, and the ruts are already bad with the normal traffic, what's going to happen? The other thing I'm wondering about is noise. We live in a very quiet neighborhood. We've lived there for the last 40 years, and we love the quiet of our home. And, certainly there are going to be times when there are special celebrations, 4th of July, you hear the firecrackers going off and things like that. But I mean, if you have a venue up there, weddings that I've been to, the music stops at 10 o'clock at night. Well, that's still pretty late for a rural community. So I'm just wondering if these issues have been addressed. We love our piece of property. We have a beautiful solar house. We love our environment, and I just have concerns about how this is going to affect our personal environment.
Okay, that was part of what we were talking about earlier, really, the ruts.
Yes, Jim, I don't know if you want to come up and just talk about the
Be careful,
council.
please.
Yeah, I guess I'm particularly concerned about the amount of traffic and the fact that it's going to be every weekend for, half the year? And, even if there's 80 people there, there's a very good chance there's going to be 30 to 40 cars going up and down that road. And if you're going to do that like they did over at the horse farm, a one-off, that's okay. But if you're going to do that every weekend, all summer long, till 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday, sometimes it's bad enough to have to listen to the noise coming from the campground, but to have to listen to the noise coming from just down your road, maybe we're far enough that won't be a big deal, but the traffic and the people and the noise, I like where, and I moved here specifically because I had worked in the city, went to the city every day. My wife worked at CMC, I worked at the Elliott, and to get to the peace and quiet of Ware at night is just heaven sent. And we've decided this is the place we're going to stay forever till the day we die. But if we're going to have this going on every weekend, all summer long, I don't know, it certainly could upset my peace and quiet. I understand all the calcium chloride, and I read up about that today, but it still is a bit of a concern when you think about where does that salt go. It ends up in the ground table. Does that eventually work its way through the aquifer and end up in my well? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, that might be stretching it, and I understand why you want to put it down, but the environment is gentle too. We need to also consider that. So the noise factor, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I remember when they had that party at the horse farm. Man, it was like it was in our backyard, and this went on until, 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Luckily, they only did it once, and the shooting off of the guns was particularly annoying, but I was afraid for their horses that looked scared to death. But I just hate to give up my peace and quiet. I don't want to move. I like it here, and I just like a place where I can go home and have some peace to sit out on my back porch and just do what I want to do. So, anything else?
Do you know what tax map and lot number you're in, or could you show me where your house is on this map?
Second house on the left when you come in. Second house.
No, that doesn't help me a lot.
Where's Francistown?
I think it's off the grid.
Old Francetown's here.
Oh, yeah, we're the first house in. Where
So-
is
so you're right here.
Yeah, where George is right on the corner, and we're the next house
So
in.
you're over here.
Yeah.
So you're roughly almost like 4/10 of a mile from the site, something like that.
It might be that,
What?
4/10 of a mile.
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
between the two places,
Yeah.
how far in off the road, off Francistown Road?
Well, he's at his second house. He's gonna be right about there.
Where's his house?
Are we?
He's right there,
Yeah.
this gentleman?
And this, from here to here is about 4/10 of a mile, according to that.
Yeah.
And then when you come in, how far off Old Francistown Road? Coming in,
How far to here?
this gentleman's house.
It's only a couple hundred feet off Old Francistown Road.
Yeah. Second house in.
So you're pretty close to Old Francis. You're not very far in on that road.
No, second house from the old Francistown Road.
Kind of right across from the horse farm.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We're neighbors.
I think I'm not a noise expert, but I think the noise is gonna go, to be blunt, right over top of you. I mean, I hunt, I love to be outdoors too, and I appreciate your concerns, I really do. But I was deer hunting, and just over the hill, less than 200, 300 yards away, my buddy shot a deer 2 years ago, and I didn't hear him shoot. He called me on the radio, goes, "Are you gonna come up?" "Why do you want me to come up there? I just shot a deer." "No, you didn't." "Yeah, I did." So he was literally 300 yards away, not even that far. So I think the noise is gonna go over top of you, because you're,
the noise of the cars?
well, yeah, I'm talking about any noise from the event, because your elevation, the event's at 660, and you're gonna be down at, if I can follow this line, you're below 600, so it's like 60, 70 feet above you.
Well, a prevailing west wind would help you too. Well, right away from you, in other words, it's, I mean, it would be,
My concern.
you're on
Can I-
you're on the right side of it.
Can I address a couple of those when you guys are, in a neighborly way too? I understand. your questions.
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
When you're ready.
please, come on up,
Yeah, okay.
we're ready.
So it sounds like three concerns, and I know your house, I agree with you, it's an awesome spot, and kind of could tell you love it too, and the whole calcium chloride question I brought up before the board, because I'm concerned about being a good neighbor. And so if that's a concern for you with your well, we just don't do it in front of your house, right? You know, up or down, you know, within a certain, the whole idea is to be neighborly and make sure that this thing works for all of us that are on the road, because I'm here in Ware for the same reasons you are. The noise, I wouldn't say I'm an expert on noise, but I was a professional musician for 20 years of my life, and we've done a lot of music up at my property now, and it's, you aim it to New Boston, and no one around hears it, because it drops away, so that it's very sensitive to where the speakers are placed and in what direction we're directing the noise, and it would be right out over the fields. We've done it a bunch of times. I doubt you would have heard it. I shoot up there a lot, you know, more than once a month. There's no way you're hearing it. That noise goes to New Boston, and it's important. And if it became an issue, I'd work on it, because it is very easy to manage. You know, a band or a DJ. It's easy to manage where that noise goes. The traffic is the traffic. Yeah, I don't have a good. You know, I don't know how to make you feel better on that. I don't intend it to be every weekend, but it could be, right? I'm asking approval for it. And yeah, you're about right. It's generally, you figure one car for every two people. Yeah, so there might be 30, 40 cars coming up there on, you know, on a weekend, and most of them be afternoon to evening. But yeah, there would be an increase in that traffic. I think the ruts tend to be in the spring. We're not going to be operating in mud season. Nobody wants to be there in mud season. We don't even want to be there. We do, but it's. I think the road and the road agent agreed. The road shouldn't get abused from this, because it won't be in that time frame. But yeah, there'll be some traffic. They're legitimate concerns, and I want to be a good neighbor, so I'll try to work with all of the neighbors as best possible. They're fair concerns. So.
How often is it graded?
Good question. 3 times a summer, maybe?
It varies a lot.
Yeah, it's really
It
kind
used to
of,
be very regularly, now not as much.
yeah, Randy Dearborn got it pretty regularly. It's been a little bit less regular since then. I would say maybe 3 times a summer. Always, maybe a couple times in the spring when it is messy, and then it's unpredictable. Sometimes it's worse after the grading than before it, but
A
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. So,
Till the big rocks you go off the edge.
yeah, they get beat down, yeah. So,
The elevation is pretty level from Francistown to that road, right? It doesn't drop off? If I
no,
recall, it's kind
it
of
goes
pretty
down
level.
and back up, so they're in the down, yeah.
So,
We're down, we're at
so
the
you,
top.
some of that concern for the potholes is runoff off the road,
It is.
off Francistown. Because my son lives on the
Yes.
corner of 149
Yeah.
Peacock Hill,
Yeah.
and that whole 2,500 feet by his house is always filled with potholes.
It's the flat spots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
when
it
it's
runs
draining,
off and
yeah.
And
Yep.
it just makes it soft enough that people who are stopping quickly because they forget where they are, or taking off quickly, tear it up.
It's a little better lately because they expanded that apron now is what, it's in 50 or 75 feet, where it was the worst. But, you know, the first 50 feet after that gets, in front of George's house, gets it.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if that helps.
So-
I'm trying to be neighborly with it.
I think that's the key, is that once you start, it'd be wise to go and have a conversation, to say, did you hear us?
Yeah, how are we doing?
Was the traffic too much? Was it, and how do you, you know, you're gonna have traffic when you start and traffic when you finish.
Yeah.
As opposed to 30, 40 cars going all day, you know, type of thing.
It'd be
So
concentrated, yeah.
You could advise your clients to say, listen, this is a country dirt road, take your time.
You could have a police detail there, you said?
Well, the chief says I don't need it. It's the type of thing, again, I'd be willing to if it turns out that it's necessary. It's in order to run something that works for guests, neighbors, for me, then you do what you need to do. And so
I don't think the police detail is gonna slow people down right away.
Yep.
Just the police being there is gonna slow people down.
Exactly. Although I'm not sure we'd put it out at the end. It'd be a question where you put
Yeah.
it, so, yeah. Yep.
And the road's not posted anyways, right?
No.
It's not formally, it's posted in April, but not even formally. They don't always put the signs up.
Speed limit.
Oh, no, it's not a speed limit posted, no.
So I think the chief is working on addressing any unposted road is 35.
That's way too fast for that road.
Right. I mean, if you-
It's a 15-mile-an-hour road, right? And there's advisories that I have a draft contract, and there's some advisories, and that's another good one, you know, as part of the whole, you know, let's do this
Yeah.
right type of
Right.
thing, yeah. Yep.
Anybody else from the public like to speak? Okay, I'll close it for public comment. I didn't think anybody else was going to. I know the rest of them. What's the board think? If we added months of operation, May through November, to construct a turnaround to meet fire department requirements, and obtain board of selectmen approval to apply calcium chloride to Holland Dearborn Road if required. The way that's worded, that sounds weird.
Before, obtain approval before,
Yes.
applying it myself.
Well, the way I
I
worded
you
it,
guys completely.
the way I just read that, is the calcium chloride required, or is the approval required?
Right.
So, obtain board of selectmen approval, comma, if required, comma, to apply calcium chloride to Helen Dearborn Road. Does that make sense?
Well, you could always curtail it on the end these folks live on, several hundred feet, that would take care of their problem.
Well, they're worried about contaminating their well, too. So,
Is the town only putting sand down on your road, or is it combo sand salt?
I've only seen sand.
I've
I
only
don't
seen
know.
sand, I don't know for
I don't go
sure.
out and ask them, but
Right.
I've only seen sand.
I doubt they're putting sand or salt on
Just, we'd
it.
ask.
On a mud road, on a dirt road?
Yeah,
Well,
they
both
never
of
put
them.
salt on a dirt road.
Okay.
I made that mistake once.
Yeah.
So you don't think they're salting now?
What?
You don't think?
The only thing I would say is
I
that
don't think so.
you're getting the runoff off of Francistown, whatever gets put on Francistown, if they're putting salt on Francistown. I have the problem at our ministry building. When we came here for change of use, they said, you can't salt this, you're too close to the river. And the state does it for me. I have a nice skating rink in front of the building until we sand it or the sun gets to it. I almost fell on my head the other day on the backside of the side of the building because it was under that little piece of, snow.
That's what's worse than.
But I can't control what roads off, comes off the road.
Yeah.
And I had talked to someone from the conservation, well, not the conservation committee, the Piscataquit Rivershed people, and they were putting a new sign up on the bridge, and I said, so is this a protected river? And he said, yeah. Well, it's not, because you're putting more salt in it by the state than anything that anybody could ever do. And it just puzzled me why that, and then you go over into Deering at the top of Dudley Brook Road, and there's a quarter-mile section, there's no salt, and it's at the top of the hill. Yes, it goes down to the Dudley Brook, but it's like Dudley Brook, by the time it gets anywhere to someone's well, there's not any salt left, but
So on that question for you all, the whole point of me, I kind of volunteered to say if dust is a problem.
Please?
Yeah.
I had said from the beginning, if dust is a problem for neighbors, I would be happy to apply or have the town apply calcium chloride. If you don't want it, I just don't do it, right? So we avoid that whole section of the road. And it doesn't get as dusty because there's more trees there, right? I don't think you have the same problem, yeah.
George is the bigger problem.
But I don't know, George isn't here, so.
It's the house on the corner.
Yeah, I know George, but yeah, I'm not sure, yeah. So yeah, I would work with you on that and just not do it, so.
But you might wanna post the road at 25 miles an hour. If you don't post it at all,
Even 25 is fast for that.
It's too fast for that
For
road.
that
you
too.
can't legally.
It's a 15 mile an hour road, I think, yeah,
You can't place less, you gotta go second to get approval for that too.
yeah.
That's a process. Yeah. Yeah, they just changed Flanders Memorial to 30, didn't they? Last year? That took months, maybe even years. Okay, what's the board think? I don't think we can do anything about the traffic. We all know it's gonna be 30 cars coming in for a noon wedding, they're all gonna be coming there between 11:30 and 12:15 maybe. When the party's over, everybody's gonna leave.
Pretty much. It's a one-time thing, once a week.
yeah, but that could be every weekend or every other weekend, that one-time thing. You wouldn't have two events in the same weekend, would you? Saturday, Sunday, just Saturday?
Well, we've already found out from the attorney it's allowed use.
It's allowed, and Francistown Road gets a lot more than 30 cars an hour, probably.
Oh,
traffic,
yeah,
so
Francistown Road gets a lot of traffic, I'm sure.
It's not all the time. It's not like a Walmart where we get people going 24/7, 7 days a week. It's one day a week, it's an allowed use. And you're not gonna have a farm on a highway, so if you're gonna have a wedding venue on an agricultural zone, it's probably gonna be out where you are, something similar, so.
Well, like Chief said, he's out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. That's the whole idea of these venues. So, and you have to get there.
Yeah,
somehow.
you're not gonna go to a wedding venue on the far side of Walmart. If you have to, right?
So we got three additional notes for conditional approval, right?
Yeah, operation, turnaround, and selectmen approval for calcium chloride.
And looking at the minutes from our site walk, I don't know if they were approved last meeting or not.
Yes, they were.
So the discussion by the board, I don't know if that changed. I'm only going by what's online. Applicant to review any conflict with current use for the parking area. Did that get changed?
Can I ask a question on that one?
Yeah.
So the way I read that, I think you're giving me good advice. I may need to take it out at current use to do it. I'm not sure that's a condition of approval,
No,
but that's just
right.
to be conforming with the, yeah, and I'm glad you said that. Yep.
So that we understand that it was talked about at the site walk.
Got it, yep, okay.
As opposed to.
Yep, I forgot
Where
all
did this-
about that.
Where did
yeah.
this come from?
Yep, okay.
No, I'll take that one on.
Yes. So he's aware it may have to be taken out of current use.
Right, okay.
That's really all that is for.
And you'll follow up with the assessor on that.
So I'm adding just 2 notes to the plan then, as I think I heard. One around,
Three.
Three.
months of operation,
Yep,
turnaround to be conforming to the fire department's requirements.
correct.
What's the third?
Board of Selectmen approval, if required.
Got it,
to
okay,
apply
that goes to the
calcium
plan,
chloride
yep.
to Ellen Dearborn Road.
Let me say, you did ask the,
Yes, I asked. Town council came back and said, yes, it's permitted use, it's accessory use, it's.
I thought it would be.
Agritourism. Avatar said it wasn't, for what it's worth. Yeah. So anybody make a motion? We're gonna sit here and talk about other stuff for a while.
Move. Is he making the motion? Move to make a motion to approve with the following conditions for Jonathan Doust, tax map 411, lot 310, and 411, lot 317.1, for the venue to be used as a wedding venue, to add these 3 notes to the plan. Permission, obtain permission from the select board prior to any application of calcium chloride. Note 2, well, that would be number 8, the first one. Number 9 would be identify the months of operation to be made in November. And note 10 would be that the turnaround at the end of the road would meet fire department regulations.
Do we have a second?
Second.
He was loud, you wanna raise your hand? So, any more discussion?
I have one question. Where is the, we talked about the parking, and if the venue were to, in other words, a change of use, I wasn't sure. A change of ownership, it mean that you couldn't use the parking?
Because this lot is different than this lot.
Right.
If these lots got sold off, the permission that we're giving would not give this a right, automatic right for this person
Right.
to use that for parking.
And how is that addressed?
But basically,
In point 7. And any approval of the town of Ware is subject to
Right.
maintaining common ownership of the 2 parcels,
Okay, that's great, thank you.
of this parcel
You're well to read that.
and this parcel.
Yep.
That's how we understand it, right?
Yep, yep. I have a procedural question, just.
In the middle of it.
You're in the middle, okay, you go.
Got a motion?
Yep. No, I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, that's not,
I'll let you
that's not
finish.
very good procedure.
Yes.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion passed 4-0. Yes, you could ask a question?
Okay. So,
Do I consider it approved, subject to me just getting you the plans, or do we come back with another meeting and finalize it
You
with the
bring
plans?
Into Melissa,
Yep,
she gives me a call or a text or
Got it.
something, and I'll swing in sometime to sign them, and you're good to go.
got it. Okay, thank you.
You know, I usually do it the same day or the day after.
Yep.
So,
Okay, all right, thank you,
barring COVID or pneumonia or something like that again.
understood. So, appreciate the process, it's been fair and helpful.
When are you retiring?
Probably 2 or 3 years.
Okay, you promised to be on the planning board after you retired.
I
Put that down, 2029?
I've served it, is he gonna put that on the plan?
Note number 4 on the plan.
I've served with the town before, I'll do it again,
I know you
yes, yep.
I was on the CIP with you one year, I think,
that's right, yep,
long time ago.
yep. All right, I think we started it, right?
I think so. We didn't, it's a lot more organized now than it was then, that's
That
for
can
sure.
be, yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is AMS Properties, tax map 412, lot 104, 18 lot cluster subdivision. To bring Pastor Bill up to speed, before last meeting, I talked to him on the phone, and he said that, he's a conservation chair, the town did not want to be a land trust, So the town did not want the open space. So I went to the Conservation Commission meeting, he did say on the phone that in the last resort, they would take it. So I went to the Conservation Commission meeting before the last meeting, and talked for quite a while about it. And Russ supplied me with an email from TLC's, Stantec Land Services, saying they didn't want the open space. So it came down to the Conservation Commission, since they were the last resort, would prefer ownership. Would make it a lot easier. Since then, I've talked to the attorney, which I related to Russ and the applicants. Since then, I've talked to the attorney again on email, and the attorney said the town should not own open space in the town of Goffstown. So I think the only way to go, which I expressed to Russ, I believe in the email, is for the open space to be owned by a homeowner association, the town of Ware having the easement over the Ware open space. Does that make sense? Chuck looks confused, and he was here then.
Confused, lazy. Repeat that.
So there'll be a homeowner association in all the open space, in Goffstown and in Ware. The town of Ware will get a conservation easement over the open space in Ware.
Right.
The town of Goffstown land is just
So
open space with no easement over it.
does that satisfy Goffstown?
I have no idea. They still have to get Goffstown approval.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, we kind of wanted to get through the biggest hurdle.
Yeah.
and
You know, you get Goffstown approval, because there's land in Goffstown on the subdividing land. in
Seems like we
Goffstown.
could go forward, get the land.
So if
No, they need Goffstown approval.
If they get Goffstown approval, that's Goffstown approval for the HOA to have responsibility for it. Or is it the same setup where Goffstown then would have a conservation easement over that piece of property, although the HOA would be responsible?
I think we'll probably have to discuss that with them. They seem to indicate that,
Thanks, Russ.
I'd spoken with Goffstown a little bit, and they seem to indicate that at first it could be done administratively, but now they're saying, no, we'd like you to come in and show us the plans, but really all we're approving is the open space piece and the part that, the idea that you have access from your side. We didn't discuss if they wanted to have a conservation easement on there, or if the homeowners association, I think it's kind of, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's, at that point, it's not accessible to anything. other than-
Yeah, once Ware has the easement over top the Ware open space, nobody can get a machine to Goffstown open space. Well, I guess you could from your butters, but.
But if it's not a conservation easement in Goffstown, then you're paying taxes on that, right? Or,
Yes, the homeowner association would pay taxes on it.
yeah.
Well,
I find it
So
crazy you guys buy land, we spend town taxpayers' money to buy land, put into conservation, but we can't give you land. This is, it blows my mind.
I agree.
Blows my mind.
And I think also, Mike, I didn't know anything of, I didn't get any email for any of this, so this is all new to me, that
We
this
spend
Goffstown
millions of
piece.
dollars.
And having a homeowners association, people who now own property in Goffstown, that nothing,
Well, the homeowner
I mean,
association,
I kind of left alone the country club. They had reached back out, because at the last meeting, it was like everything was gonna go into conservation. So now the opportunity to even see about doing a lot line adjustment to sell that 8 acres to the country club in Goffstown may be gone. So now we're stuck with an 8-acre piece that we now have to do an HOA for. And there's, homeowners association, do all those documents, plus people have to pay insurance on that land.
I'm not sure that you couldn't do the boundary line adjustment afterwards, because I've saw, the way I've,
But I don't know if
Rig
the country
this up.
club even wants it anymore.
well, if they don't want it, then it doesn't matter, because that's the
So-
only one you could do.
So,
want me to?
so to speak to that from prior conversations, it sounded like they didn't want it, and now, then they gave
Then
you,
they came-
then they came
they
Back.
they came out of the woodworks and they were like, we wanna have discussion. I'm like, well, no, we just went to a meeting. It was the night we came to the last
Right.
meeting. I was like, we just went to a meeting and it appears that it's all gonna go into conservation, because that was kind of how it was left at
Is
the
aren't you
last
guys
meeting.
buying another piece to put
But that's in
conservation?
Goffstown.
No,
This
but
is-
there's something in the works now that the town of Ware's buying to put in conservation.
They buy stuff
And we
all the
can't give
time.
you, we can't literally, can we charge you for ours and it'd be
You
easier?
can't give us land in Goffstown.
No, but we can't give you,
No, they're gonna take the where.
you gotta take
The
the Ware
Goffstown.
piece.
If you could give us land in Goffstown, we would take the whole thing, we would take it. But you can't give the town the land in Ware and make the Goffstown piece separate. You know what I mean?
Well, we pumped the brakes on that, and because I thought we were all set, and then now we just go backwards.
Yes.
That's all we do is we spend more time going backwards than spending. Just burn money up. That's all we do is burn it. It's no big deal, we'll just come back next month and spend another 10 grand. Another 10 grand.
Let me throw something else at you. So I'm gonna give Ray credit, but I'm gonna say it, I'll read it anyway. 27.3.11 in the zoning. At least 50% of total tract area exclusive of public right-of-ways shall be set aside as open space covenanted to be maintained as permanent conservation land in private, public, cooperative, or non-profit ownership. So what if you gave's the wrong word, made that open space part of lot 2? I don't know, making up a number. You know what I mean? 2 would probably not be the best one, it has wetland all around it. 8, the big one on top of the hill. All that open space is now part of lot 8.
Connected wise, or like redo the plan, or like just like as
What
two?
we're talking about is, let's say,
It's
Yeah,
owned-
yeah.
It's owned by lot 8.
let's say you sold a lot to an individual. One of the 18 lots. That lot
You buy the lot and the open space.
abuts the open space, and that lot gets, you gotta talk to a lawyer. It becomes part of the open space, but somebody can still live on that lot, because it's not open space, that lot, right?
You didn't explain that very well,
I did. But basically, the gist of it is, somebody buys this lot, they own the open space, so they own the Goffstown lot, the Ware land,
though. Yeah, they're lot.
and the one lot that they bought from you. It makes all those problems go away with property lines, conservation,
Yeah, but that-
and all that. It's a conserved lot, but it's under private ownership.
You would still have.
I see where you're
Town of
going.
Ware would still have a conservation easement over the open space in Ware.
Right.
You would pick one of those lots and say, not only do you get this 1 acre lot, you also get the open space and the piece.
So how does that affect taxes for that?
Well, the,
Because it's
the,
separate.
the open lot would stay in current use.
Yeah,
Right.
But the 8 acres is a separate tax
A separate
bill that
tax bill.
gets, so essentially whoever
Right.
bought that would have to pay taxes
Yes.
on 8 acres.
Yes.
yes, in Goffstown.
That's in Goffstown as well as,
So the individual I'm talking about that would wanna do this, would pay you for the lot. And then that would come with the open space, the 8 acres, everything. That person would take care of the taxes, and it would just make all of these boundary problems and conservation problems and everything go away. It's still a conservation lot.
I don't think it makes the boundary problems go away,
Well,
but ownership issues.
The ownership, it's all the same lot again, right? Something to look into.
Common ownership.
Yeah.
Should I
And
mention
all you have-
why I came up with this idea? Am I gonna get in trouble?
No.
Okay. My son Jonathan still lives with me.
Don't mention the name of the subdivision beside you.
Okay. He wants to buy a piece of land next to me because he works for me and our operation is at my house on River Road, you know where it is. He wants to live as close to me as possible. No, that's pretty close. And he has the money to buy something whenever the opportunity comes. As you know, land is hard to come by. And he doesn't wanna live far away and travel 45 minutes or an hour to come to work, and I don't wanna pick up my whole operation and move to another place where he can be next to me, so. That's why we came up with this idea. And I was afraid to mention it because, well, I'm on the board, so.
Is the Goffstown land in current use, even though it's less than 8 acres, less than 10
I
acres?
don't think it is. I don't think it's not a huge tax bill because it's,
I was gonna say, if it's
No
a current,
access
It's landlocked
They say
Yeah.
anyways.
current use,
So-
the tax bill should be like $20, $50. So the tax bill for the open space should be very minimal.
If nobody pays it, the town will have to take it over.
I guess so, yep.
Well,
I think you
is
want to
this
say
any
that to
different
TV.
than that property that's on, Reservoir Drive that has one slice of piece property in Ware and the other slice of properties in Deering? Or is that a
People
totally
probably get
different,
different tax bills.
totally different
I've spoken
situation?
to that person, yeah, they have they have like an acre and a half in Ware,
Yeah.
and then they have a couple acres in Deering, it's
Right.
right on the,
Yeah,
yep. It's right on the
they manage it as one property, they're not, although,
It's,
we talked to them about putting a house
yes, it's
on the
being.
Ware
it's-
parcel, but the setbacks would not be, they wouldn't be able to comply to the setbacks.
They couldn't subdivide off the Ware parcel.
Right.
Correct.
Same as they can't subdivide off the Goffstown parcel. They make it a separate lot. Without frontage.
We should go begging the golf course again.
right.
Either that or you make it part of a lot. 8, 9, or 10 would be the obvious ones to me, but the top of the hill.
Well, I don't understand what you resolved.
Well-
The town of Ware would have the conservation easement, all the conservation easement.
Yes.
They'd be responsible for all,
It eliminates the homeowner association.
pardon?
It eliminates the homeowners association.
I thought you were gonna have a homeowners association.
Not if it's all owned by one lot.
Okay, but you still have to, the boundaries are still gonna be the same problem they always were.
Yes, boundaries are the same.
Who's responsible to take care of that problem?
Conservation Commission.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yes.
Still, even with
So,
private.
I don't see what you gained, really.
Well, they would still have only responsibility for what's in Ware, not what's in Goffstown though.
Beginning the Goffstown piece. I mean, that's another problem, but it has,
How does Art take care of his? I know he mentioned he has this.
Yeah, as you say, Art's just the owner that did the subdivision of his own property off of, what's the name of that road?
Sunrise,
Yes,
Yeah.
Sunrise Lane.
Sunrise Lane.
That's how he did his open space. Durgan's did that over by Brookshire off Colby Road. Durgan's
Did
kept
he address the right-of-way issue?
Pardon?
Did he address the right-of-way issue?
Who?
Art.
Yes.
He got that fixed?
Sunrise Lane?
No, the next road up,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think that's been
by
resolved
your
yet.
house.
Oh, no, that's a-
No,
by
three
the-
house, got
Right, I
on the
don't
corner
think-
by your place.
Correct, I don't think that's been, I haven't heard anything.
So I guess you got 3 options, unfortunately. Maybe only 2. 2. Homeowner Association owns all the open space. Ware has a conservation easement over Ware land. You got 3. One of the lots owns all the open space and Ware has a conservation easement. Or you give the Goffstown land to the golf course or somebody. I think you could go ahead. How do I say this without sounding silly? If you got the subdivision approved with a lot owner owning the land in Goffstown, I don't see how that's any different than having Stony the golf course get involved. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be less confusing to have a lot owner own the open space than to try to get the Goffstown Planning Board and the golf course, knowing Goffstown, the checklist is gonna say a full boundary of the golf course, you gotta show all the improvements, so you're gonna have to ask for a massive waiver from surveying all the golf course. I would hope they would grant that, but I don't know if they can, will, I should say.
So if you make that adjustment to one of those two lots,
All you'd have to do is put a note saying open space to be owned by lot.
but you'd still have to have public access to that open space
Still do.
through that lot.
No,
No, you have an easement.
We have another easement?
no, we have access right here.
Okay.
You could just go across the open space to get to your other land. So the land and, you wouldn't even have to adjust the plan. You could say the Goffstown land is to be sold with lot 10.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know how that's not a real selling feature.
Correct, for that lot.
You can't do
Yeah.
anything with that, like, here, you're gonna pay taxes on this, I know, but like, I'm thinking long-term,
You're sounding like a realtor.
yeah, right?
Doesn't matter,
She's right.
whatever gets it through.
I see the
You
problem.
still get the 19 lots and 18 lots, and just
Well, if
one
you-
lucky guy gets their own little piece.
Homeowners
Unlucky guy
Association,
gets
That's
one
probably,
piece
they
that-
don't want to, they don't really want to.
He gets that,
You don't want it.
that shack that's up there.
You know what you do?
I didn't realize that.
There's two
That
lots,
was
no.
the cleanest way to do
Yeah.
it.
it's nothing good in them, I already went and looked.
Probably assess each,
Lots of ticks.
each lot $100 a year.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Current use can't cross town lines?
I don't know.
I was wondering about that too, because it's contiguous, because two contiguous parcels, I just don't know if it can cross town lines or not.
We got a new book.
Yeah, I got that too.
I hope you can find it. I looked in this thing for an hour.
You'll never find that.
More
I know.
confused when I was done than when I
Yeah.
started.
But irregardless, there still needs to be a conversation with Goffstown, right?
Oh, yeah, we still gotta go to Goffstown no matter what.
And I recall a email from them, from the Goffstown Planning Board about regional impact as far as the trucking is concerned.
Yep. Yeah, so they had some, that was
So
a
that needs
specific
to be
comment.
addressed too.
Yep.
They don't want you going down all the way to, what's it called? Parker Station Road. They want you to go
Right.
through Riverdale.
Right.
That's already posted anyway, to go through
Yeah.
trucking. We don't take our trucks through
You
there.
know, they just
So either
want,
way,
they
it's
just
gonna
want
go through River.
Did the corner get fixed yet? No. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be
I can't find it.
easy to find.
No, I can't find it. I've looked for an hour,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find anything that I wanted to find.
You're checking to see if the Goffstown land is in current use?
Or could be, yes.
It would have to be, wouldn't it?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Well, the whole parcel was.
What's the Concord GIS say? Is it in current use?
I can't get on.
Already.
It would be less than 10 acres.
Yeah.
They come out with it.
That's probably gonna be attached to this.
Is there a town boundary dispute at one time, because this line goes all the way, it goes, it's not just this lot, it's a lot of the other ones.
Read number 11.
Well, that was one thought, is that you could have one lot on its own lot, plus all the open space, and then they have a conservation easement on it. The other thought is just a sign, note and say, whoever buys
selling the conservation, write a check to be done. It's on Pine Hill, it's like $1,000,000.
Doesn't say.
Well, see, the other thing is, we haven't been to Goffstown. Maybe they'll say, oh,
Well, I think,
So if you look at 674.43, I mean 674.53.
$674.53, what? Affected by municipal boundaries.
Yeah, George Mill.
I was about municipal boundary line, but then it,
just the land and where meets the subdivision 50% open space, blah, blah, blah. So that's an extra, because we don't want to do it.
was that 654?
674.53 deals with the issue of land affected by municipal boundaries.
I would hope they would make a survey. That would be fun.
Why can't we just go, what's the big deal? Why can't that old landlocked be landlocked anyways?
460.
Can't build nothing on it, nothing. Why can't AMS own it? Why is there, why do we have to do anything on it? Why can't I just pay tax on it like we do?
I think it could be in current use.
Stick on the tax map, you own it in the separate lot.
It doesn't say, come out and say that, it definitely doesn't say
It's
it.
the same big perimeter deed. And
Well, the thing is, nothing in here says, has a reference to current use.
No, but Roman numeral
So
three,
what's another term that's used instead of current use?
Roman numeral 3 says an owner of contiguous land in one or more municipality may treat such contiguous land as a single lot tract site.
Right,
Which was treated as one lot, it could be in current use.
correct.
that's what we try, that's what we try to do. To begin with, they said, yeah, you know, we got an adjustment process.
Right.
Can they attach one of their lots to the Goffstown one?
See, it says both of them. On right under there on one, it says the owner may treat the municipal line as a boundary line also.
Right.
Yes.
So that
We
was,
wasn't concerned about that, too.
Yeah.
sort of legally subdivided by the town, yourself, if you have a buyer, but the town attorneys said no.
I learned my lesson. Next time we ever do one of these again, we're gonna have an attorney here every meeting. Every meeting. He can answer all those questions, right? And it'll probably save a bunch of money.
Since the tax card to say if it was in current use, I don't see it.
These.
Yeah.
Sure, it just streamlines everything. That's a lot of bullshit.
So current use law is RSA 79A.
79, we might not have that.
We don't have that.
Yeah, it's not in this book. What was the reason why?
Still subdivided here, right?
Right.
We were told that the last time we met, a couple times ago.
79, we got 79.
79A:26, location of
Right.
contiguous land in more than one taxing
Gotta do
district.
affordable
Yeah,
housing.
79E.
It's not gonna be affordable lot here.
All right.
Don't have
But
that.
that's what he, that's what he is saying. So.
Okay. Craig, I'm gonna give you my phone to look at, because I just pulled it up.
So this law is, you know, or something like that.
Yes.
Look at this.
That guy have it.
Refer it?
And
I
so,
got it on the town
then
website.
now that it's open,
Right
so
there.
we're gonna let that, you know, we're trying to figure out
See, I just shopped it, yep,
where
that
to
one.
make up that line, because right now we're at 50%. And so, I got, you know, then we're back to, well, if we could do that, that'd be fine, you know?
Getting
Yeah,
paper
so-
left?
we could probably
That didn't explain the current use thing, did it?
I didn't,
Think of that.
did more than one tax district.
How many iterations, yeah.
My only needs 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
You know, we-
Oh, yes. You gotta read the whole
That would be
thing.
something to do.
You read the whole thing,
And then it's not, it's a moot point because it's. this is
read all the
just part of
directions
that
before you
lot.
start your work,
He
right?
was skimming.
Yeah, but what happened that last month?
Well, I read that
No, I know.
paragraph only.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, that's, because already, we already got rid of that.
It doesn't say anything about current use though.
There, had that being part of those lots, and then we had to get rid of that, because the conservation commission.
There's a whole booklet about it.
Well, that's what I was in with the booklet.
That's why I'm just trying to
It was
figure out.
page
what we
23,
do
we talked about.
Get this passed, approved, so we can sell some
Well, I
lots.
don't know if there's a way.
Tax.
I don't know if there's a way. I'm convinced there isn't.
Well, I can't, I don't understand why the homeowners association can't own that. Or on the whole open space. I don't want to do that.
Well, somebody's gonna have to change
Some of the whole
it.
insurance, so no one's gotta manage like the HOA, that whole
Also,
debacle.
if the town buys this, then you don't have a homeowners association, you're just stuck with this thing. Private entity.
79A 26.
Conservation can be held by a private entity, that's what they were saying. So what you said about.
I'm skimming all of 79A at the moment, so I don't know if it was 26 or not.
Well, that's the one that deals with contiguous land in more than one taxing district.
Here's another thought. When you were saying about the holder of the conservation, could be public or private entity.
On ownership.
So could they set up a conservation group on paper that says we own this part? We're the ones that administer that part? It's not like, we don't have to do it.
That'd be a subdivision.
Or,
Right?
so the town is, so the idea now, at this point, the town was gonna own this.
It's not aware with, yes, possibly. That's
And-
one option, yes.
Yeah. And this would be owned,
Doesn't have any frontage or anything else, so it can't be a separate lot.
it's part of the open space.
Why couldn't the owners just sell that lot, build a house on it? Sell it as a lot in Goffstown. It's got access, they could give it access.
No.
No? Why?
You'd have to,
Oh, you're that far away from it?
it's over 2,000 feet.
Oh, yeah, that would not be great.
And why can't we just own it just as it is now, and just pay taxes on it? What's it?
Because that's creating a subdivision. By you selling everything else, you're doing a subdivision. And I agree with what you say about 29, RSA 29A 26.
7926?
79A 26.
79A
For
26.
contiguous, this is under the whole current use thing. For contiguous land which could be classified as open space. Yeah. Land is located in more than one town. Compliance with any minimum area requirement adopted by the open space board shall be determined on the basis of the total area of such land and not the area which is located in any particular town. So I believe if it's open space, that could all be, Goffstown piece can be in current use.
Okay.
So then it goes on to talk about landowner liability. All property owners in New Hampshire, including those that have land in current use, have a specific duty of care or liability property owners who open their land to public recreation in accordance with RSA A4, 79A4, subpoint 2, bear no additional liability other than the duty of care defined in RSA 212:34. And there's
If I,
five things under duty of care.
if I made a 50-foot strip out to the Goffstown land, so it's connected to one of these lots, this guy, for instance, would say, now I have 20 acres or 15 acres instead of 1. And now I can put it in current use, and I'll have like hardly any taxes.
Well, who pays taxes on the lot in Goffstown now? Anybody?
We do.
These are-
do.
Is it
You
actually?
get a separate bill from Goffstown for that 8
You do.
acres.
Is it a big bill? I mean, you know,
AMS pays it.
prohibitive?
So,
Well, it's
It's
assessed,
not,
that-
it's not a big bill, but, because
it's assessed at $8,100, by the way.
it's useless land.
that access has to make that 8 acres 10 in order to be put in conservation.
What would happen if you didn't pay the bill? Does it solve your problem?
Eventually, I think Goffstown would take it.
Yeah,
They would have to, right?
Or they
could be worse.
hire an auctioneer to come and auction it off.
See, we can own conservation.
But there's still, they'd have to use the town line as the boundary line, because it's technically part of this other lot.
So technically, we can own all the conservation.
So presently,
You own all the open space.
Just like Art does, he owns all his.
Yeah. And then what? Then just,
Then
it's open space.
I know exactly what he's gonna do with his.
Yeah.
We're going,
Town's gonna own it eventually.
addressing two problems.
You don't want to do current, but you can rent current use, right? Could you put the open space in current use?
Sure.
So could they own all the open space in both towns? It's in current use. You guys have a conservation easement over the stuff
Over the land and where.
in where? And
Well, it says it shall be covenant to be maintained as permanent conservation land in private, public, cooperative, or nonprofit ownership. That's certainly, you're certainly private ownership. Then it shall be protected by a permanent conservation easement held by the town
it's all in current
or
use.
conservation organization.
so why is 97A taken out of our book? Because we're not supposed to consider that?
Every book,
Current use isn't really our bailiwick, I guess, I don't know.
You're doing makes sense different, I mean,
But it affects everything that we're talking about. If they can do that as conservation current use, it solves that problem. If they own that, if they continue to own that whole thing in current use, in conservation,
Can I ask a dumb question? So let's say this thing gets approved and you own the open space, right? It's technically almost, it's another lot. So it's 18 residential lots and 1 open space lot. And you build a house on lot 10, and you say, hey, do you wanna buy the open space? I'll sell it to you for $5. You can sell the open space to the lot.
technically it makes sense because of, if we own the back and this project takes 10 years, every lot that touches that big piece is still in current use. So we're gonna pay very minimum in taxes on all the lots.
True enough.
We're gonna save a ton of money, whatever a lot is, it's gonna be, and I mean,
Yeah. And eventually. it's just-
and eventually, when, even down to the last one, it's still gonna touch that other piece, and it's always gonna be over 10 acres.
Sell the ones on the inside first.
So I don't, I mean,
You do that, Goffstown, you wanna attach it to the lot.
But once it's an approved subdivision,
If
those
you
are
did
lots
that,
of
you
record.
still wouldn't have to
don't
do
have
what you said.
we own it all.
There.
You want it all?
We own it all.
But the current use, when the whole thing's in current use, he has to take the road out of current use. He starts building a house on lot 1, he has to take lot 1 out of current
We
use.
own it all.
The rest of it still be in current use. So you only take the lot out of current use when you build a house.
What you do? I
In
thought,
that case,
I always thought it was kind of check. If the lot was in a year's lot, it was under 10 acres.
$1,000 to the town.
Roll it into every sale.
I got 60 acres.
And that's why this is why I kept his project 10 years. If you pay taxes on every
Better write some of this down.
$3,000 a year. Just doesn't make sense, but we kept that, because it always kept the tax that. $3,000 a year.
You guys be, I think that would solve that whole problem.
Yeah. Let's do that, that's, all right. One season's coming.
Yeah. So, yeah, how about that then? What if they're the owners of the open space? All of it. And the town gets conservation easement,
Over the town land, over the open space in town.
that-
Works for me.
Is it legal?
That's something the
legal?
lawyer wants to review.
Mark Siciliano did it, his one. What's the guy, who's the guy I just mentioned? Over by Brookshire.
The
Durgan. Durgan did that part of his. He owned part of it. Because part of it, he was, it was a house, it's part of the open space was behind it, he was gonna post that as no hunting, the rest of it was still gonna be not hunting.
Right.
I don't see any reason why you can't own the open space forever if you want to.
Let's
Why you'd
do
want
it.
to, but
Maybe I wanna keep those shacks back there.
Yeah.
That have ticks in them.
Well,
okay.
you can put them on the
There are wood
Goffstown
stoves in
property.
there,
Yeah.
Right, there's wood stoves back there,
You got heat.
This is the hunting camp that never goes away.
right?
So you're gonna proceed with private ownership, right? It
Yes.
sounds like.
Yeah. And everything's being currently used. Everything until you sell it, which is a lot.
So what does the conservation easement look like?
We've drafted many of them.
What was the other number, 97 something?
79
Well, we still have
Get
to
it backwards.
A, colon
because of the piece
26.
in there,
Parts of
we
Buckland.
still want to see if she seemed to indicate that it
Who
was.
drafted
Can't
the easement?
quite do it administratively at first.
Their attorney drafts and our
Sign
attorney
off on it,
reviews it.
Because it's nothing happening on it.
What does it have to comply to?
I don't know.
They can-
I don't know.
Sort of wonder.
As long as the attorney approves it, I'm gonna review it.
Yeah.
Where does the town come in? They hold the lot?
We get the easement upon.
I know the
Recording the
fees.
plat.
So they own it,
Now you just gotta pay
80 acres or whatever it is,
100.
100.
review fee.
Whole thing.
The town holds the conservation, so the town is responsible for the lot lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he has to blaze it and set the back one before we sign the plat.
Eventually, they'll,
That and, alteration.
we're worried.
What's that?
I was just thinking down the road, when that'll
Will
go.
they still have to pay taxes since they own it?
Yeah.
No, it's $450.
But the tax not gonna be much.
No, but it's something like what we
I don't know if I'm paying $75 a year or $75.50 a year. So it's $150 a year, worst case for 60 acres. That in conservation is gonna be less value than my land is.
But when the easement must have to spell out what's allowed, what's not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it open to the public?
Only timber, yes.
Yep.
Only timber cutting with a timber, forestry management plan. No
Town
ATVs,
engineer
no,
too.
yeah, but
So
that,
we just use,
So then,
We don't
if they
find
default, does the town automatically own
We're
it?
just like
Including that.
we pay.
Which puts us
well,
right
no, if they
back.
default back on taxes, they're gonna be defaulting. We can't foreclose on this.
I know, but that
We
creates.
should know, we should know before
Sure
they-
does.
That's what's gonna happen.
Probably.
answer is-
No, I think they're gonna need it, these guys. If I had a house here and somebody came up, say the 60 acres for $1,000, I'd take it in a heartbeat. Wouldn't you? Okay, that doesn't matter. We aren't gonna worry about that right now. So, open space is gonna be private, right?
Yep.
I went through this thing and I had a couple of notes, ideas. A, you're gonna record sheets 1 through 4, I believe you said?
Yes.
I don't see a planning board approval block.
On each one?
Yes. Yeah, they'll have to be signed, you have to stamp them, I have to sign them on the planning board, so the registrar will take them.
Each sheet, okay.
So, we're not gonna have an ownership, homeowner's block. We need an easement deed reviewed by town council
Yep.
for us. Well, that's not either.
Did you say easement what?
Easement deed will need to be reviewed by town council.
Just the, so I'm just giving the meets and bounds to somebody and they're doing
No,
attorneys.
your attorney writes the whole thing up. And our attorney, you could probably go to Cortland Estates over here. If we have the same thing over there where the homeowner association owns the open space, the town has a conservation easement on it. You could probably look at that for a guide. I assume that would be a good guide, I don't know that for sure. Rather than starting from scratch.
Okay.
I'd prefer a note saying that the open space has been blazed and monumented.
Okay.
We have to do that before approval. Need a planning board approval for Goffstown as well.
Yeah, I knew that one already.
I assume it's an AutoCAD thing or a Craig thing.
AutoCAD, yeah.
On page sheet 3, I don't see any meets and bounds along this line.
No, they're on the
But they're over
overall
here.
sheet.
But they're on this.
Yeah, the new proposed lines are on this one, perimeter lines, just because there's space-wise. They're all around the perimeter on this one.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
okay.
it's easy enough to add, you just change a couple layers, but I did Morris for, just to clean it up, so you're gonna duplicate things, doesn't look different things, so we should do that. Like you've done.
I would put them on here. You have them here.
Yeah.
So have them here. Sheet 3, you see? Sheet 3, I didn't print sheet 4, but sheet 3 doesn't have very just as long as.
Yep, because, yeah, we did that on the top before we moved that off, too. Okay.
I wasn't worried about that little stuff back then. I was worried about the big picture
Yeah.
until a couple days ago. I think that's really all I have.
Okay.
Because the zoning says you have to blaze and monument those lines,
Yep.
the open space, prior to being recorded. That's what I was looking at. Looking at this overall,
Yeah.
you have to figure out, for me to ask the question. You have 290 point, whatever that number, 99 to here? You have a 16.49 to here, I assume? Is there a monument there?
In the stone wall.
There is?
It's a barway.
Okay, you have a drill hole on both sides of that?
I put one in there.
Okay, every angle point needs a drill hole. If there's an angle point in here,
Right, oh, that's right.
like there, like
That
there.
one needs one. That one needs one.
This one needs one.
Was the, access to River Road addressed?
I don't have the engineering plans. Was
He
he
did
able to?
he's gonna work on that,
Short
a
tangent,
little short tangent.
20, 25 feet, something like
Yep.
that. Anything,
Yep.
better than 0. Those are what I'm looking at. I don't think we can give you conditional approval until we see the whole set. But that's how I would go to I would go to Goffstown if I was you. I think if you're gonna own the open space, setting the regs would be private ownership, I don't see an issue. As long as you give the town of Ware an easement deed over the town of Ware land. Couple little drafting things to clean up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A couple more months, 3 more months, you think? 4 more months?
Just to get you out of mud season.
Goffstown. Turn stuff in, and get scheduled on their agenda. But I would say these are drafting edits, really. Easement, you guys have to get the bearings and distances around the open space and have an attorney write up the conservation easement.
I should say that the easement deed should be reviewed by Conservation Commission also, just to keep them in the loop. I'll get in trouble if I don't say that.
Town council and conservation?
Yes.
If you have your attorney write it up, that's gonna have something to do
Duly
with
noted.
conservation easements before. and also-
Thank you.
Tell Ray to remember.
Yes, remember I said that right.
Please change.
Right? Probably could too.
This work or exercise?
Yeah, you know, your son could walk from here down, because you said you walked up to here while you're.
I did walk from there, from my.
So your son could buy lot one and walk down to your
Walk
competitive
down
business.
there.
It's only right here. You've got a
go
buyer
to
for
the
lot
woods.
one right here for you. Then he has to step down, so I shouldn't say that.
I had to step down.
The Blazed Monuments, is that for approval? I mean, I'm not gonna go out and do that right now. You know, like,
I need it done before I sign the Mylar.
yeah,
I would wait till the snow melts.
yes.
You don't need to do that today, for
Right,
tomorrow.
okay.
You need Goffstown approval before that anyway.
Right, the snow will be melted, so.
Yeah, it'll be 45 days to get in Goffstown calendar, no matter what, probably. So we should continue to update certain, or else we've got to notify abutters again. Do you have any idea what that would be?
It's really gonna be dependent on Goffstown, right?
Well, we don't know yet, we're gonna call them and see if it matters.
If they can do it
If
If they can do it
administratively.
administratively or not.
Right.
Yeah.
They meet the same night we do, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. How about if we continue till April 23rd? That gives you 2 months.
Okay,
And if it doesn't work, just email me and ask for a continuance till May something.
yeah. Or if maybe we can get in sooner, could I email and say, hey, can we
Yeah.
speed it up?
Yeah.
Okay. April 22nd. Okay.
Any other questions, comments, motions?
Well, such a simple solution, we should have done this months ago.
Turned out to be simple, didn't it? We made that more difficult than we had to, I think.
Let's take some brainstorming to get around to it.
Anybody gonna make a motion? Continue till 4/23?
Move that this
Thank you.
be continued to April 23rd, 2026.
Second, anybody?
Second.
Discussion? Excuse me, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Good luck in Goffstown.
Thanks.
Master Plan Subcommittee update.
Plugging along.
That was easy. Minutes from 12/2/12. I saw that eliminating may be spelled wrong. What did you say? 39. Eliminating may be spelled wrong. Doesn't
I
look right.
didn't look at them, I wasn't there, so I was gonna abstain.
Is that spelled right?
Right, it looks something wrong, but
Doesn't look right.
it looks
But
eliminating.
it sounds right, but it doesn't. I don't know.
Line 39.
That's still correct.
February 12th.
Eliminate. How do you spell it?
Eliminate, it's E, it's not I.
Yeah. Okay. That's the only thing I saw.
Well, I move that we accept the minutes as written, as amended.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
Passes 301. Other business, we have Pastor Bill and myself need reappointed to the board this year, and Bruce Fillmore has to be reappointed as ex officio, even though he hasn't been here for the last month and a half. Anyway,
Is that gonna be normative?
He doesn't have to be.
In the past, it's been, everybody's rotating around.
yes,
Is that the current
I don't know.
temperature of the board?
Well, for a while, way back when, Tom Plow was ex officio for 4 or 5 years in a row.
So we-
Rick Hippler was here 2 years, and then he thought he was too busy, so he quit doing it. And we had, I don't even remember who we had after that, but anyway. So maybe it's, I think it's up to Bruce if he wants to do it again, or just the board, or just somebody else on the board wants to do it, I should say. Either way, the next meeting is when we should elect officers, but we don't Pastor Bill and I not being reappointed yet, I don't think we should elect officers next month. And you said we don't have anything in the agenda except for maybe a stone wall application? We wanna meet next month? for a
I
stone
thought
wall?
you decided you wanted to because of the stone wall.
I think we probably should, but if the stone wall doesn't come in,
Well, he talked to me today, he said he was coming.
okay, then we'll meet.
So technically, election of officers will be after appointment anyways.
Right. It always is.
So when's voting? The,
The 10th? I think it's the 10th. Because it's a
Tu-
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday the 10th. 1, 2, yes.
Yes. Tuesday the tenth and Thursday the twelfth of May.
And we don't technically appoint officers at a work session.
No. So if we get reappointed before the 26th. So him and I need that little form to sign, saying we wanna re-up.
And we should go to meeting for that,
And they usually want us there, yes.
yeah.
What is it, 3 year?
And then we go see the town clerk to get sworn in.
Sworn at, yeah. Call it what you want.
Once the microphone's off, you can tell your story
I
about
got
me.
it. I had to wait for the microphone for all my stories. Do you have any other business?
Move to adjourn?
Got a second discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.